Good morning, dear students. Yesterday we started with the chapter tissues. We discussed how tissues in plants are different from tissues in animals, how tissues are different parts of the body have different tissues. Let us discuss the plant tissues in detail first, and then we'll discuss about the animal tissues. In plants, there are basically two types of tissues. One is your meristematic tissues and one is your permanent tissues. The meristematic tissues, they have the ability to keep dividing, whereas permanent tissue, they cannot divide as much as the meristematic tissue. They can be simple, they can be complex. Most of the time you'll find them as dead cells like the sclerenchyma, and the complex tissue is also part of the permanent tissue. They help in transport of water and nutrient from soil to the leaves. They are all your permanent tissues. Now, meristematic is the growth tissue. The cells which keep dividing, they are known as the meristematic cells. That means they have the capability, or they can go on dividing every time. That's why they are known as the meristematic cells. Here is a schematic representation of how plant tissues are divided, and I want all of you to draw this scheme. So plant tissues are of two types, meristematic and permanent. Meristematic cells are capable of cell division, whereas permanent tissue is made up of mature cells and are incapable of cell division. Permanent tissue is of two types, simple and complex. Simple tissue composed of single type of cells, whereas complex tissue is composed of more than one type of cell. Simple tissue can be again further divided into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, in which parenchyma and collenchyma are also called chlorenchyma. In case of complex tissue, we have xylem and phloem. Now, among the meristematic cells, depending upon the position of where they are present, meristematic cells can be of three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, lateral meristem. Depending upon the location of the meristem, the meristematic cells can be apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. So if we see the diagram, then we can point out where these meristematic cells are present. The meristematic tissue, the main characteristic of the tissue is that it is responsible for growth of the plant. The cells of this tissue continuously divide and later differentiate into permanent tissue. The characteristics of the cell or the tissue. The cells of the meristematic tissues are made of thin and elastic cell wall made of cellulose. Cells may be round, oval, polygonal or rectangular in shape. They are compact, having no intercellular space. There is a large nucleus and abundant cytoplasm. The protoplasm contains very few or no vacuoles at all. So if we see the meristematic cells, they are present at the tip of the plant, between at the nodes and between the nodes of the plant. This is so because plant body growth occurs only at these regions, and hence on the basis of this there are three types of meristem: the apical, the intercalary and the lateral. To revise, the characteristic of the cells: they have large nucleus, they have no intercellular space, the protoplasm has very few vacuoles. Another important characteristic which is seen is the activity is pretty rapid. They have rapid respiration, high synthetic activity, food supply is high, and food is not stored in the meristematic cells because they keep growing very rapidly, they divide very rapidly, so they need a lot of food. The meristematic cells have been seen to show a high level of activity. The reason being they are the cells which keep dividing very fast. As a result, they need lots of nutrition, lots of water, and there is a very high metabolic activity seen in these cells. Let us discuss the functions of the meristematic tissues. Now, the meristematic tissue are the parent of all the other tissues. That is, it is from the meristematic tissue all the other tissues develop. The meristematic tissues differentiate and develop into the other tissues. The meristematic cells or the tissue takes part in growth. Wherever growth is involved in the plant, you will find meristematic tissues involved in them. Be it the tip of the plant, be it the branches of the plant, wherever there is growth occurring, it is just due to the meristematic tissue. The meristematic tissue, as I told you, are present in the lateral sides, also known as the lateral meristem. There is also another type of meristem which is called the cambium meristem. Well, you will be studying about it in higher classes, so it's not required, but then they help in increasing the thick trunk of the plant. Okay, so meristematic tissues are the tissues which help in increasing or growth of the plant. Plant continues to grow new leaves, stems, root hairs, branches, then leaves, twigs, and then fruits, flowers, just because of the meristematic tissue. These are the meristematic tissues which produce the new organs in the plant. Suppose an injury occurs on the plant, there also repair of the injury or the tissue is taken care by the meristematic cells. So the functions of the meristematic tissue would be, it is a parent tissue, it gives growth, it gives rise to new organs, it provides repair of injury wherever it has occurred.